and how you go about the process of conducting yourself inside a tattoo parlor when you're getting your first tattoo or your fifth tattoo or whatever that may be. So first you want to start with punctuality. A tattoo blogger named Nibbles suggests that you show up 10 to 15 minutes early. That just helps with your tattoo artist setting up their station and preparing you for your tattoo, which includes shaving the area that you're getting tattooed and also placing the stencil in the right place, because that can take quite a long time depending on what you're getting and what spot. Your time is extremely valuable, and so is the artist, and so you don't want to waste it. Being late can interfere with the next person's tattoo, the person following you, and that's just inconsiderate. So you want to make sure that you're on time and you're prepared to get this tattoo because it is supposed to be like a special occasion. Next, I want to talk about money. You definitely want to bring physical cash and plenty of it. So the price that you were quoted, whether that's through email, DM, or whatever, is not necessarily the same exact price that you're going to pay the day of your tattoo, just depending on how long the process took. So you want to make sure that you just bring enough, because that is the most embarrassing thing ever if you showed up and you didn't have enough money. And negotiation, that can come across as kind of disrespectful. You're paying this person to give you their art, and the price that they quoted you is the price that they deem the value of their art that they're putting onto your body. So you want to pay that price. Negotiation is just not a good idea. Tip the guy. That is like the most common courtesy thing to do. Like, I usually tip around $30 to $50 depending on the size of my tattoo, but it is completely up to you, but just make sure you do it. So then I want to talk about hygiene. Definitely show up and be clean, be presentable. You want to take a shower, make sure you're wearing deodorant, make sure you brush your teeth and you smell nice. And then clothing. You want to make sure you have clean clothes, and that includes wearing appropriate clothes. So as you can see here, these two little lovebirds or whatever, they got matching tattoos, and they wore a short sleeve shirt because they got a tattoo on the back of their arm, just so they made sure that the area was exposed and that they were wearing the proper clothes for the occasion. Now shaving the area that you're getting tattooed is not necessary for getting a tattoo. My artist, personally, his name is Chad Green. He's at 805 Ink in Santa Barbara. He actually told me that he prefers not to be shaved, so that he can do it himself when the time comes for the tattoo, so it's freshly shaved, and that it's like, you might cut yourself on accident, he might cut yourself, which he's a professional, so he might not, but you just don't want to mess with the area and then maybe jinx your shot of getting the tattoo that day. So behavior. Let's just start with square one. You don't want to show up drunk. I know that's like kind of the cliche, like, oh, I got a tattoo when I'm drunk. You definitely don't want to do that. Actually, studies show that when you're drunk, your blood pressure goes up and you'll bleed more, which is not a good thing for you or your tattoo artist. It puts them in a very uncomfortable position because you may be behaving in a, how should I put this? You just may be behaving rambunctiously, and the artist does definitely not want to be your babysitter. And also, you might be denied service. Hopefully you were denied service if you're drunk, because you do have to sign a contract before you get a tattoo that says that you're not drunk. And you'll lose your deposit, which deposits can get pretty pricey. So moving on, you want to show up alone. You definitely don't want to bring an entourage, because that is just going to make your artist uncomfortable. You want to bond with your artist. That is like kind of a pretty intimate experience getting a tattoo, so you definitely want to show up alone. And also, having a crowd around can make your artist feel rushed and feel like he's, holding you out from something else if you have all your friends waiting for you. You definitely want to disclose any bloodborne diseases that you have, for example, HIV/AIDS. That would be very disrespectful if it came up in the conversation and you didn't disclose that to your artist, because he wants to take the proper precautions. And lastly, you definitely want to trust your artist. Questioning your artist can come across as disrespectful. Again, you're paying him for his art, so you want to, once the stencil's been put on and you've approved that you're getting this tattoo, you want to just go with the flow and trust the process. You went to them for a reason, and tattoos are one of the most personal ways to express yourself, so hopefully after this speech you guys can go about this process properly and get an amazing tattoo.